Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3541. Today's date is 2000. Wait, today's date is 17th. Yeah, 17th of April. Sorry, 17th of August 2025. It's been almost like morning at 8:58 a.m. All right. So let's just jump into the question. All right, let's go. Okay. Okay, first of all, let me tell you one thing. What exactly happened? Then I went to the jump in the question. All right, yeah. So what exactly happened? Well, my hard disk is corrupted. Okay, yeah. Um, hard disk, yes, not SSD hard disk. Like in my laptop, there is a two storage unit. One is SSD, 512 GB of SSD, and 2 TB of HDD. Okay, hard disk drive. So basically my hard drive is got corrupted. I don't know why this thing happened, but yesterday I kind of like lost some of my very important design files, and I try to recover that, but I try multiple ways, but it just not happened. Okay, yeah. And yeah, there are multiple tools so that you could recover data, but I think that I shouldn't supposed to do that, because if I started doing recovering, then probably it will take too much amount of time, and I don't really have that much amount of time. So I realized that instead of kind of like a something recovering those data, just let go that data. Okay, yeah, and kind of like a reset the PC. Okay, yeah. So that's why I just kind of like a reset the entire laptop. Okay, yeah. I format the SSD, HDD. By the way, all the essential data is actually kind of like a something I did a backup, but the in the hard drive, the data was got corrupted. Like basically up until now, I almost like a 550 days of kind of like a something Photoshop data, but from 350 to almost like 450. Okay, yeah. These are kind of like some days. Okay, what are those days? Like basically what I do is that whenever I do Photoshop design now, I kind of like save that data in day format. Like basically it's this thing that today if I kind of like did any kind of like some design Photoshop, all my data, all my PSD file, all my recordings and everything is actually stored in the day of 473. So basically yesterday was 472 days, so today's date is a day 473. So all my data is actually stored at day 473. Okay, yeah. So this is what I kind of like my folder structure regarding about the work that I do. Okay, yeah, I'm doing this thing for almost like a year. So yeah. So so because of the corruption, I lost almost like a day 350 to 450, almost like a 100 days of work is actually gone. Okay, yeah, it's not actually gone, by the way. I already uploaded that data on social media platform, so it's not really worry. But the kind of like a something, the recording data means like that the raw data is actually gone. So that is a big problem, but it's not really actually big problem. It's gone, it's gone. Yeah, it's sometimes you just can't recover that, whatever. So last night I reset my PC, including format all my drives, and I did it. But basically, because of the corruption happened, my hard drive is kind of like a something did not format the properly. Okay, yeah, hard drive. SSD is actually format really well, but hard drive didn't really format, and it just disappeared from the from Explorer. Okay, yeah, it's actually hidden. And basically this thing, it's kind of like a, something very helpful for me to not to use that hard drive, not to use that thing internal hard drive, because if I use this thing, it's already corrupted, and if I put the data, then probably the loss of my data. Okay, yeah. So right now I have only one storage unit, SSD 512 GB. In that 512 GB, 320 GB is actually for C drive, and rest of the kind of like another drive. Um, because of I have very less amount of storage, so probably I didn't really kind of like install any game. Like basically I won't be able to install any game. Like I like a Forza Horizon 5 game, and I usually install, like I barely play that game, but still I kind of like having that particular game on my laptop, which feels a little bit of good. But right now having less amount of space, I can't afford to have that data in my laptop, in my, yeah. So probably I don't know, in the future I might gonna install, but at the moment I will not. Okay. So last night I was kind of like resetting the entire system, and because of this thing, I haven't really slept properly. It takes entire night to reset. Okay, like just morning, I kind of like simply done resetting and install the graphics driver and things like that. Okay, yeah. So yeah. By the way, my laptop is kind of like simply just like by the way, I kind of like bought this laptop in 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 2021, yeah, October 2021, yes. So if I'm kind of like a look at October 2021, so probably it's just like a 4 year happened. Okay, yeah. Like from October to like 2021 to 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Okay, yeah, so that means 4 year is actually, yeah. But my laptop is good, yeah. Like I really need a good new laptop. The processor is kind of like it's only very old and things like that, but still it's good. Yeah, I can kind of like simply bear with this thing. All right. So this is what actually happened. Okay, yeah. So I haven't really slept properly, so this might be kind of like something affect my productivity today, but I'm gonna make sure that it will not gonna impact on my productivity. So I will gonna do my all the things that I do every single day, like recording artifact. Like right now I'm recording artifact. I did read for half an hour book, and then I have to be kind of like a play my brain games, and then I would kind of like something 1 hour I learn coding. Okay, but before that I have to install the Android Studio. So yes, this is also another thing, because I lost my entire everything. So basically I just have to reinstall every software, like Android Studio, Photoshop, and Photoshop and Premiere Pro. Also there is also another thing that key, um, like because of I'm using Photoshop and Photoshop and Premiere Pro a crack version, so I have to be kind of like a simply disconnected from the internet. So if I disconnect it from the internet, then probably it will not kind of like a simply showing me such advertise that you have to be kind of like a buy this software and things like that. So yeah, this is what, yeah, because like yeah, it's a very crippled. By the way, I can't really afford right now the this software, so that's why I'm actually using the crack version. I will gonna buy that software, but when I will afford. Yeah. So yeah, this is what it is. Alright, this is what actually happened. So let's just jump into the question. Yeah, it's been almost like a 9 minute. Let's just jump. Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah. The question is, are you actively learning about investment and growing your income? Are you kind of like a learning anything regarding about growing your income and things like that? Learning. Yeah, I'm kind of like a learning, but is it like I'm actually learning the Android Studio? Okay, I wanted to make an app. It's kind of like a some additional value in my income source. By the way, I am not earning any amount of money, so probably I don't really have any income source. But I am learning a lot regarding about everything, coding, reading, then then like improving my brain capabilities from kind of like simply playing such a brain games. Okay, yeah. Then creative field, these are exist. Okay, yeah. So I am actually learning from every possible way, and one day I will gonna kind of like assembly earn lot of amount of money. Okay, yeah, it's not really have that kind of like assembly issue. I think that key one of the biggest investment that you have to do is that key investment on yourself. If you invest on yourself, you are actually kind of like a 100 times you will get returns. Okay, yeah. So it is really essential to invest on such a thing which kind of like a give you higher amount of return. Investing in yourself is kind of like a something that you will get higher amount of return, and that's what I'm doing with that. Regarding about gaining the information regarding about the 10 times, like if you wanted to improve your income source. Okay, yeah. Like do I have any kind of like a financial advice regarding about improving the numbers and things like that? um FD SIP, that you already knew it. Okay, I shouldn't supposed to be tell that thing. It's a really essential, yeah. FD SIP. Then health insurance. Okay, yeah. Health insurance and term insurance really essential. I don't really have it because I'm not really earning any money. But when I will earn money, I will definitely gonna have term insurance and health insurance. Okay, yeah. By the way, it's not actually giving you money, but actually it gives you a life. Okay, yeah. Because like if you are kind of like have some certain health issues, then probably health insurance will gonna cover everything. And and basically term life insurance is also really essential, because if you die, then probably your family will not gonna kind of like suffer the consequences of, yeah. So those are really essential too. Okay, yeah. So term life insurance and health insurance are really essential. FD and SIP are really essential. Okay, yeah. These are kind of like my financial advice too. Okay, yeah. Like my financial advice is not meant to be kind of like a something um, add multiple income sources in your life. Yeah, it is like add multiple income sources in your life, like a FD SIP. These are kind of like a simply add multiple income sources in your life. That is good. But health insurance and term life insurance are also kind of like associate with the financial too, because in the end they are kind of like a somebody saving you. Okay, yeah. And you gonna make money. So yeah. So invest on SIP, invest on FD, or bonds or things like that. Okay, regarding about how much you have interest and things like that. Then health insurance, term life insurance. Okay. uh I am actually kind of like somebody give you one suggestion though, that ki do monthly budget. Okay, yeah. Whatever you are spending in month, do Excel sheet and kind of like put the thing that ki how much you spend money on what. Okay, yeah. With date and reason. Okay, yeah. Every single month, it will gonna kind of like a simply understand so many things. Not only so many things, but you learn the Excel first of all. Another thing is that ki you will gonna be more aware about that ki where your money goes, and you will try to control your money. Okay, next time if you don't really know where your money goes, then probably you don't really understand it. You don't really understand the gravity right now because of that you haven't really done any kind of like a monthly budget. Let me explain. Okay, if you are kind of like a simply person who kind of like a drink coffee or tea vagara. Okay, which is very common by the way. Usually take 10-20 rupees of tea. If you went to coffee, maybe 30-50 rupees. Okay, every day you are spending 10-20 rupees. It doesn't really make any sense for you. It's kind of like a some chiller for you. You think that yeah, it's gone, just 20 rupees, it's yeah, nothing really at all. But when you combine the entire month regarding about how much money that you spend on tea or coffee, then probably this is very different game. Okay, you realize that ki I'm actually spend almost like a 3 to 4 thousand rupees just for coffee and tea. Okay, by the way, I didn't really drink coffee. I drink tea mostly. And when I was kind of like doing my budget, I realized that ki I was kind of like somebody spend so much amount of time on those beverages, and that is not really good. These are kind of like awareness I came from monthly budget, and when I did that, I realized so many things. Okay, yeah, regarding about where my money goes and things and that and that. So probably who you are person and you wanted to kind of like improve your income source, you have to do those things. Okay, yeah, monthly budget is really essential. If you don't do any SIP, FD or any health insurance and things like that, if you can't really afford, just don't do that. Okay, yeah, focus on monthly budget first. Okay, yeah, download the statement from bank. Okay, yeah, easily you can get, and kind of like simply figure it out, find out bank statement and the online payment transaction statement. Okay, yeah, kind of like try to figure it out where your money spent, put all those things in the Excel sheet with the date and amount of money spent, amount of money remaining, and the reason for spending the money. Okay, yeah, you have to do this thing like for a month every single day. Okay, yeah, and it will kind of like something understand you regarding about all the financial thing, and you will control your expenses. Because if you kind of like still focus on improving the income sources, or like expand your income sources, but if you can't control your spending, then it doesn't really make any sense. Okay, yeah, like let's just say that ki, you are earning 50,000 rupees and you are spending 40,000 rupees, then probably you are poor. Okay, so basically you just kind of like work hard and things like that, and right now you are earning 1 lakh rupees and you are spending 90,000 rupees, so you are still poor. Okay, yeah, from societal point of perspective, yes, you are kind of like a rich person, but you are like a poor. Okay, yeah, because right, you are still have only 10,000 left or even less than that. So basically this is also not really good. So understand that ki where your money is spent, and try to take the action. Monthly budget is helping you to do all those things. You don't really need any kind of like a stuff like you can download the Google Sheet, or like basically for the Google Sheet, laptop would be really best, but if you don't really have a laptop, mobile would be really good. Okay, yeah, and you can start doing budgeting of everything, which will kind of like something understand you regarding about your every expenses and things like that. So this is kind of like something the financial advice that I will gonna give it to you at the moment. Okay, all right, did I, yeah, are you actively learning about the investment and growing the income? Yeah, probably this is what it is. All right, so this is it. This then I will not gonna talk more. Okay, I have a lot of stuff to do. I have to install so many stuff. This is it, and thank you.